reality. Oh my goodness, this is an exciting day, is it not, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of interesting, right? You don't get to do this for like another 4 decades, you know, glasses and all. I have mine. I thought that maybe I'd even be able to see through to you guys wearing these because, you know, I have like all these bright lights in the studio, but it didn't work. It did work. It did work for the eclipse, though. Hey, Drew, if we get those cool pictures of the eclipse, we should show everybody because right outside my house, there's like a lone tree. And then you look up and you see the sun with your glasses, of course, ladies and gentlemen. You see the sun and you see, well, you see the moon behind it there. I mean, this is kind of like really cool, really sort of amazing stuff. I mean, look, I'm not like a super nature freak, but I appreciate a moment like this, as we all should. I mean, it's a little hectic. America's kind of been strapped here in waiting for this eclipse. You've got national emergencies being declared, I should say state emergencies, right? All around the country because they're worried about traffic. They're worried about what's going to happen, you know, when this hits. Do we have that great animation? There's this really cool animation, you guys. I want you to see this of basically the whole movement and pattern of how, I mean, it started out in Mexico, in Mazatlan, and then just was moving up and up and up and up and then coming into North America. And this is cool. This is from NASA. And they were showing us the trajectory of this as it came into the U.S. You know, it started out in Texas, and we saw some of the video of people getting really excited in Texas, and then moving up, and then, of course, hitting the Northeast, which is where I am. And it was a big deal up here. I mean, really, really exciting. I have a lot of friends that went to upstate New York. I mean, they booked this stuff like years ago, like 2 years ago, because you can't get any rooms right now. And I'm like, yeah, the only problem with that is you got to get home. Like now, can you imagine the traffic just trying to get home? The Wall Street Journal had a big article on that the other day. Anyway, you know, this whole eclipse thing going on, and it's causing a lot of commotion. There's a story in the Daily Mail about the animals freaking out, the zoo animals freaking out when this happened. And well, it's not just the zoo animals, right? Because over on The View, They're coming up with all kinds of theories about why we have the eclipse, even blaming climate change. Now, full disclosure, yours truly is not a scientist. I know a lot about the economy, but I can't claim any of that knowledge when it comes to science. I mean, you know, we got to go back to high school really to to dig into my scientific knowledge. So I'm not trying to say that I am an expert in any way, shape, or form, but when Whoopi Goldberg is doubting her colleague on this one, I think it's kind of funny. Somehow now, climate change is responsible for the eclipse. I mean, that's a new one. That's a new one. And I mean, even Whoopi's like, hey, wait a second. Like, we all knew. We all knew the eclipse was coming, and this wasn't anything sort of totally out of the blue. Again, I'm not a scientist, but it's kind of funny to see how this whole thing is freaking out the ladies on The View. We're going to talk some Trump stuff and judge stuff and real news too. But, you know, hey, the eclipse only comes, once every, in this case, you're going to wait another 40 years. Might as well check out this.
Those things together would maybe lead one to believe that, you know, either climate change exists or something is returning.
Earthquakes are not at the mercy of climate change. It's underground.
No,
I don't think that
it happens. And the eclipse, they've known about the eclipse coming because eclipses happen, and they actually can say when these things are going to happen.
So she's sort of like, you know, Sunny, whose name is, by the way, Sunny. Hey, honey, they happen. They know when they're going to happen. And maybe this isn't, I mean, I know you want to blame everything on climate change, but, you know, maybe this one you kind of give a pass to. Anyway, you know who's also having a little fun with this? None other than our friend Donald Trump sending out, I'll tell you, he's got a great social team. They sent out quite a meme. Take a peek. There it is. The most important moment. The most important moment of the entire year. Actually, no. In human history, he says, the most important moment in human history. And then you see lots of people with their goggles on, taking place in 2024. And look at, here it comes. The eclipse is coming. It's coming. It's coming. And you see, okay, we get some military shots here and everybody's taking a look, waiting for the eclipse. And again, Donald Trump's social team having some fun on this. And so you see it, you know, this moment in time, it's coming. Why do I have a feeling it's going to be him? It's just funny, okay? Look at this. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a sense of humor for his team. I will credit them with that. We will save America. So a political message there from Donald Trump. Biden also had a political message. I don't know, Drew, do you have this one? He was out there on the balcony at the White House above the Rose Garden, and he wanted to remind people to put their glasses on. Hey, you know, good public service announcement. He said, enjoy the eclipse, but play it safe. Don't be silly. So perhaps a little bit of a jibe at Donald Trump, who last time there was an eclipse, and it wasn't one quite like this, but, you know, he went out there and kind of squinted at the sun and didn't wear the goggles. So anyway, quite a day. We got a lot going on all around the world. And of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene says, you know, when you couple this together with the earthquake from the other day, we've got a real sign from God, whatever you want to call it.